Hey, everyone. So if you're running your business on Odoo, but all your accounting is handled in Xero, you already know the headache I'm talking about, right? All that manual data entry, updating contacts in two different places, trying to make sure your inventory numbers match up. It's just a constant drain on time. And honestly, a recipe for mistakes. But what if those two systems could actually talk to each other seamlessly, automatically? Well, today we're going to look at an integration that's built to do just that.
So the solution we're diving into is a super powerful connector that acts as a bridge between Odoo and Xero. And it's important to note, this module was developed by the team at Synconics Technologies. They've specifically engineered it to create this smooth, seamless flow of accounting data, basically turning two separate platforms into one really cohesive system.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll walk through the initial setup. Then we'll get into the real meat of it, the data synchronization. After that, we'll uncover some of the exclusive features that make this thing really stand out. And finally, I'll show you how you can see it all in action for yourself.
Okay, let's kick things off with the setup. I know, integrating two huge platforms like this might sound a little intimidating, but you'll see the whole process is designed to be incredibly straightforward, getting you connected and up and running without any major headaches.
It all boils down to just 4 simple steps. Seriously, you start in Xero, generate your API keys, pop over to Odoo and paste them into the connector, authenticate it all with a single click, and then you just finish up by configuring your accounting settings. It's a really quick one-time setup that lays the foundation for everything else.
All right, so once that connection is established, we get to the core of what makes this connector so powerful, the data synchronization. This is where the magic really happens. It's all about these robust import and export functions that keep your financial records perfectly aligned across both systems.
Now this table gives you a great snapshot of just how comprehensive this is. See all those check marks for both import and export on things like contacts, products, and invoices? That's full bi-directional synchronization. It means, for example, a new customer you add in Odoo automatically shows up in Xero, or an invoice that gets paid in Xero is instantly marked as paid in Odoo. No more double-checking or manual updates.
In this slide, this really drives home just how efficient this is. Think about the before, manually pushing every single record one by one. And then look at the after. You can sync thousands of contacts, products, or invoices all at once with just a single click. This feature alone can turn hours of tedious work into like a few seconds. So just to recap that data flow, you get that powerful two-way sync for all your day-to-day stuff. Your contacts, products, orders, invoices, you name it. But check out the smart one-way syncs. Things like manual journals, which often come from your accountant working in Xero, get imported into Odoo. And attachments you add to records in Odoo get exported out to Xero. It's a really logical flow that's built around how accounting workflows, well, actually work.
So yeah, it handles the fundamentals incredibly well. But now let's dig into some of the exclusive features that really separate the Synconics connector from a more standard, basic integration tool.
Okay, this right here is a huge differentiator. Most connectors out there will only sync an invoice after it's been confirmed and finalized. But this connector, it actually handles draft records. That means your team can create a draft invoice in Odoo, and it'll show up as a draft in Xero for review. It only syncs as a final, confirmed invoice once it's been approved. This is absolutely crucial for maintaining control and accuracy in your approval process.
Here's another perfect example of this connector's flexibility. Let's say your company manages all of its products and inventory from inside Xero, and only Xero. Well, this connector can still import invoices from Xero into Odoo, even if they don't have specific product lines attached. It actually adapts to your workflow instead of forcing you to change how you do things.
And the connector is also built to scale up for more complex business needs. It can export inventory adjustments from Odoo, which is key for making sure your stock levels are always accurate in Xero. And for bigger businesses, you get full support for both multi-company and multi-currency setups, keeping your entire global operation perfectly in sync.
But, what happens when something doesn't sync perfectly? That's where the mismatch log becomes an absolute lifesaver. Instead of just failing silently and leaving you wondering what went wrong, it gives you a detailed report on any record that had an issue, and it even tells you why. This gives you complete transparency and turns what could be a troubleshooting nightmare into a quick, easy fix.
So, we've seen the simple setup, the powerful core functions, and those exclusive features that really make it shine. If you're starting to think this could be the solution your business has been looking for, then the absolute best way to be sure is to see it running live.
This quote really captures the ultimate goal here. experience a new level of efficiency in handling your accounting data. It's about so much more than just moving data around. It's about saving incredible amounts of time, eliminating costly errors, and getting a truly accurate, unified view of your company's finances. So, if you're ready to see how this could totally transform your own workflow, the team at Synconics is ready to give you a personalized live demo. You can reach out to them by email, on WhatsApp, or through Microsoft Teams. All of their contact details are right there on the screen for you now.
So the final question's pretty simple. Are you ready to finally eliminate all that tedious, manual data entry and get a complete, real-time view of your finances? This integration really does offer a clear path to make that happen.